Welcome to our online recorded worship, whether you are a member, a newcomer, or a seeker. Though we are unable to gather together in person, we are joined in spirit and in truth. My name is Alex Bradley, and I'm a Unitarian minister living and working in Cheshire. And I light our flame with words from two sources. Firstly, from beautiful words in the book of Psalms. Your mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Your mercy is great unto the heavens, and your truth unto the clouds. And from the poetry of Robert Bridges, when June is come, then all the day I'll sit with my love in the scented hay, and watch the sun-shot palaces high that the white clouds build in the breezy sky. And a prayer. God, the fountain of love, beauty and truth, we call to mind the beauties of this earth which is our home, the canopy of the sky and the carpet of the earth, the beauty of clouds and the charm of flowers, the sweet harmony of music and the joy of hearing a loved one's voice, the great variety of species, both plant and animal, that share this world with us, and whose presence makes of our world a potential paradise, if only we treat it and all its inhabitants with respect and care. For human love and the struggle for fairness and justice, and the eternal quest for peace, for all these things we give our thanks. And may we be not just as hearers, but as doers of the word. May we tread gently on this our earth, look to the wonders of your sky, and walk in the paths of peace. Amen. And our reading comes from the book of Exodus, chapter 33 in the Bible. As Moses went into the tent, the pillar of cloud would come down and stay at the entrance while the Lord spoke with Moses. Whenever the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the entrance to the tent, they all stood and worshipped, each at the entrance to their tent. The Lord would speak to Moses face to face, as one speaks to a friend. And secondly, a short extract from the lovely words of Joni Mitchell's song, Both Sides Now, about clouds. Rows and row flows of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and dunes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel. As every fairy tale comes real, I've looked at love that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say they've changed. But, well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. The beauty of clouds. Most of us will probably know the lines from Wordsworth's famous poem that begins, I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills. Unlike sunshine, clouds have often had a bad press in life and literature. Phrases like dark clouds ahead or cloudy thinking show how they are often associated with bad news and negative consequences. Although that can be true at times, it is only half the story. There is another side as well. The title to Joni Mitchell's lovely song reminds us of both sides, the beauty of clouds and the fact that they can sometimes obscure the horizon and block the sun. They remind us of the changeableness of life and of us human beings. We can be both beautiful and loving, and at other times unattractive and unloving in the way we present ourselves and in the way we act. Clouds have a beauty all their own. To quote Joni Mitchell's words, we can see the rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. It is not only white clouds that have a beauty. Dark clouds can have a majesty and grandeur which we often miss, probably because we are too busy thinking that we will get caught in the rain, or that the footpath will be muddy, or that our hair or clothes will be spoilt. Those things may be true, but they are one side of the picture. The clouds do rain and snow on everyone, and they can get in the way. Perhaps we were thinking of a walk in the countryside or a day or two by the sea and the rain came instead. All that is true. But just as when we turn a coin, there is another side, so there is with clouds. Clouds give shelter from the burning sun. There is a saying from ancient Egypt, too much sun makes the desert. The pillar of cloud that accompanied the Israelites on their journey through the wilderness was like a fire by night, we're told, and a cloud by day. The cloud helped protect them from the burning heat of the sun. It was, to quote words from Isaiah, like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. The pillar of cloud accompanied them and protected them. In the midst of a drought, people look for clouds as a sign of hope for rain, for their crops and their animals. Modern society, with its advanced technology, often obscures these basic truths from us, namely our dependence on nature in all its variety of forms. Only when water is rationed do we realize that we are not the lords of creation, but a part of nature itself. Clouds are beautiful, but they are also a useful and vital part of life itself. There is a group called the Cloud Appreciation Society, and they produce a beautiful calendar and a daily email with a picture of a different cloud formation or type. In their words, we've always argued that a moment each day with your head in the clouds has a profound effect on your well-being. The variety of those photographs is truly amazing, with seemingly countless combinations of size, shape and colour. Our imaginations can project all sorts of things in clouds, depending on the shape and light of the time and our own mindset. There is almost no limit to what we can see, in inverted commas. Faces, animals, mountains, or, in Joni Mitchell's words, moons and dunes and Ferris wheels. They reflect the, quote, dizzy, dancing way you feel, unquote. In the clouds, we project our feelings, our loves, our longings, our fears, and our hopes for the future, as well as our present moods. As I write these words, the sky is cloudy, or to use a word often employed, overcast. And I think the very fact that we sometimes use that word overcast illustrates the fallacy in our thinking. We love sunny days, yes, but it would become burdensome to have sunshine without end. The very contrasts of life and nature give each one their particular value and beauty. Clouds remind us of the varieties and differences in life and love itself. The beautiful, white, wispy cirrus clouds can be the first stirrings of love. A towering cumulonimbus can be a passion in a great cause or a relationship, while dark clouds might represent both the life-giving power that brings the rain as well as the destructive power of a storm. Clouds can seem to be fairy-like, just as love can seem like a fairy tale, at first at least. But clouds are always moving and changing, as we are moving and changing without end. So it is that we pass through life itself. People can change. People we thought we knew well and thought of as good friends and trustworthy colleagues. These can disappoint and hurt us, and once loving relationships can change such that we think it may indeed have been an illusion. On the other hand, the moving clouds, like life, can bring better things and happier times. They remind us that everything in life is subject to change, but there is a tremendous value in this, in that there is always the possibility of our life changing for the better, if only we are truly in touch with the value of nature itself. Just as the pillar of cloud guided the Israelites by day and became a fire by night, so life changes and adapts as we experience it. In the great story of the Transfiguration, Jesus goes up a high mountain with his three closest followers, Peter, James, and John, and, we are told, he is transformed or transfigured before them. They see him shining like the sun and his clothes white as light. In our common human experience, we often talk of seeing people in a new light, seeing them for the loveliness within. And then the story goes on. A bright cloud overshadowed them, and a voice came from the cloud. This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. For a few brief moments, they experienced the wonder of the divine presence. Just as in the wonderfully poetic expression from our first reading, God speaks to Moses face to face as someone speaks to his friend. These wonderful passages symbolize both the intense beauty and the mystery of love and life, and our relationship to the divine. They reflect the truth of the words from a famous hymn that clouds like God are fountains of goodness and of love. I give thanks for clouds, their beauty, their variety, and their ever-changing shapes and colours. I give thanks for the beauty of clouds. And now a benediction to conclude our worship. In rain and in sunshine, let us give thanks for clouds great and small, in shapes many and various. Clouds that protect us from desert heat and bring life-giving rain to crops and animals alike. May the beauty of the clouds in their ever-changing forms and the light that hides behind them be as to us the mystery of the goodness, compassion, and love that lies at the heart of all that is. Amen.